Good Wednesday evening. How's everybody doing tonight? It is Wednesday, right? I love this beat, by the way. Got some new beats for the stream. Got some new trophies behind me. How about that? Alright guys, tonight we're going to be building a delicious white themed PC. As you can see already, we're building with the white Montech case back there. This Montech case is actually one of my favorites in the micro ATX area. Probably outside of the Leon Lee 205, this is probably my second favorite. But I mean, it's an absolute blast build in this case. The aesthetics, they're really nice. From Montech, they do a really good job. Just try to turn this music down a little bit more. But the aesthetics that Montech puts into these cases, I like. They pay attention to detail. The value you get out of this case, you really just, it's hard to beat. It's a great all-around case. So we selected this because we wanted to go with more of a white theme on the build itself. So that's the case that we have selected. But we're going to be building with the Ryzen 7 5700X processor. This baby's got 8 cores. I was just reading the the speed on it because I can't. That's the one thing I can't remember ever on these processors. Always get it mixed up. But the processor's got 8 cores, 16 threads, and it's a max turbo or boost of 4.6 gigahertz out of the box. So that is our processor we're going to be building with. We're going to be putting that because we're building into a micro ATX case. We're going to go with a micro ATX motherboard, and that is the B550 by MSI, the Pro B550 MVC Wi-Fi. So it has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and built into it. It supports Gen 4 PCIe. So it's DDR4 board also for awareness if you're not familiar with the AMD lineup. Talking AM4. So those are our motherboard, CPU. We're going to be throwing in two 8, I believe these are, two 8 gig sticks. So we have 16 gigs total of the T-Force Delta addressable RGB RAM by Team Group. This stuff is addressable RGB and it has white around it. It's 3200 megahertz at CL16. So I would prefer to try to get those CL timings down a little bit as low as possible because it gives you better performance in the end. And then the storage we're using is a Silicon Power M.2 NVMe. This is 1 terabyte. This is Gen 3, but we have 1 terabyte of storage. And for gaming, Gen 3 is more than enough speed than you'll ever really need. If you start doing things like 8K video editing, that's really when, or 4K video editing, when you do some heavy lifting on file or data, moving that stuff around, etc., that's when you really want to start looking at Gen 4 SSDs, and that's where you're going to see the benefit of the performance of those drives. The graphics card we're building with today is the RTX 3060. This is the MSI Ventus 2X. This is the 12 gig version, also the overclock version of the Ventus 2X. So the 2X just means the cooler has 2 fans, but I mean they're pretty big, thick fans. So it's a nice card to start with. Gives you that entry ray tracing experience, so you can use ray tracing as well as the VRAM is good. I like the VRAM on these 3060s. Not a big fan of those newer 4060 Ti's. The 8 gig version anyway. The cooler we're going to be building with is the LS520. This is by Deep Cool. Let me see if I can get it up here. This is all white. So again, to kind of add to that white theme that we're going with, the LS520 SEWH. The 520 is just showing that it's a 240 millimeter AIO. The LS is the model or the lineup. The SE is additional, but WH is white. And I've actually not used the SE coolers before yet. This is going to be my first time building with the SE. I built with the LTs, and the LS without the SE in the model. So this will be my first time. I'm really not anticipating it's much different. I believe it's going to be pretty much the same experience. Then the power supply, we're running a 750 watt 80 plus bronze, and this is a semi-modular power supply, and definitely more than enough power for this system. But the reason why we went with this is so that if he wanted to upgrade to like a 3070, he would be able to do that, or 4070 even. He would be able to do that. So he's got plenty of extra power on the power supply, so that he could do an upgrade later down the road if he wanted to. Michael, thanks for sharing the stream. I appreciate you, sir, over on Facebook, and also liking. Thank you, sir. Lewis, a couple days ago, he actually just started following us. I actually helped him out with a PC problem he was having. He actually took it to Best Buy. Best Buy was saying that they were going to charge an insane amount of money to try to sort this out, and all he did was move his computer from his old residence to his new residence because he was moving, and all of a sudden his computer wouldn't boot. So I just had him take it up, bring it over here. We took a look at it. The first thing I did was pull the RAM out, plug the RAM back in, and it booted up just fine. So pretty sure the RAM was unseated, and Best Buy was gonna take him for a run on that, and I'm glad we were able to keep that from happening. We actually didn't charge him anything for that either. It was literally 5 minutes of, it looks, let's just do this, and it worked. So it was awesome for him. I'm glad we were able to help him out. Anyway, Alex, we're gonna go ahead and get started on this build. I hope you're tuning in, Alex. Get it switched over to our top-down view. Shazam! So now you can see my hands. Let me go grab them. But we've had a pretty busy couple of days here. Lots of new build streams coming up here, so this is cool. We've had a lot of extra. Definitely not complaining there. So let's go ahead and move this. Some of this stuff out of the way. Oh, and then we also have white sleeved cables that I really didn't talk about here, but we got a pack of sleeved cables. Throw in there, add to that white accent that we're going for. Let's get this motherboard out. Alright, so let's start with the CPU. The Ryzen 7 5700X that we're throwing in here. Then we're going to do the 2 sticks of 8 gigs, a total of 16 gigs of DDR4 3200 megahertz. And then we're going to take this M.2 shield off, or heatsink. And we're going to place our M.2 SSD in here, but we want to make sure we remove this guy, because that wouldn't be good. I'm going to put it down here. Don't want metal touching it, or it don't need to be touching it. And that just slides in. That's our 1 terabyte M.2 SSD. And we're going to peel this off so we have a thermal pad on the heatsink or heat spreader. And put that back on. There we go. We've now got our M.2 SSD and CPU all installed to the board. I know we do have a mounting kit for the cooler. Let's go ahead and tackle that real quick. We are going to be using the AM4 backplate on the motherboard for this cooler. Hey, I got swords. What's up, man? Welcome to the Wednesday night stream. Wednesday night build show. Hey! What's going on? I feel like I'm in a, 70s movie or something. Like, I should be worried about the Terminator. We're definitely not building with Intel. Whoops. Not building with Intel. Need that. Need that. We need those. Okay. So this is the kit that we need for AM4. Sarah Connor. We're going to take these stock brackets off, and we're going to put the new AM4 brackets on for the actual AIO kit. These just screw into the backplate, which is on the other side of the motherboard. Hey, there's my foot. All right, and that's pretty much it for that piece. Until we get the AIO installed. So let's actually tackle the case now. I'm going to put the motherboard in the case. Then I'm going to do the power supply. Then the AIO. Or at least the cables. Alright, we do need the extra mounts here for the motherboard that are not pre-installed, so we need to go get them. Bago screws. And of course they're silver because it's a white case. Kinda cool. Making sure we got all our studs in the right places. And now we do your screws to mount the board. All right. What do y'all think? Looking cool. All right. So let's go ahead and grab these. And this. Why didn't they give me a splitter for these? What are these for? It's a splitter. We split, yo. Guess I'm confused. All right, cable combs are in on the 24 pin. That's the beast, the big one. There we go. Then we've got our 8-pin PC or CPU EPS cable that we got to do real quick. That's the mean one. The one that we really need to take care of before we put this AIO in. Because it becomes a pain if you put that AIO in. You really can't get up in that corner very easily. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a moment. There we are. Alright, so I'm going to stand this up and we're going to tackle this AIO real quick. We're going to be placing this in like so. We need our cables on this side, which is now facing me. Good old twist ties. Everybody here knows how much I love twist ties. I absolutely love them. There's a lot of sarcasm there if you didn't notice or catch that. For these fans, they're 120 millimeters. This radiator on this cooler is 240 millimeters. The fans are 25 millimeter thickness, and I believe the radiator is as well. So there's a total of 50 millimeter thickness that we have to be able to cover here on the top of the case, or have space for. But I already know it will fit. I've done this in this case several times, and they fit very nicely, actually. One fan mounted, on to the next. And then we're gonna slap this in here on the top. You love them. It's not sarcasm. You know me. I love them so much. You know me all too well. Come on. Come on now, get in there. Sir. Oh boy. Just gonna be fighting with these cables here for a second. Don't mind me. Oh, we got the radiator installed, mounted at least. Do need to get one of these addressable RGB chains at the front. Daisy chain. This one daisy chains a little bit. All know how Deep Cool likes to chain the daisy chain. Gotta put my fingers in some tight, weird places here. Hold on. Should I actually plug this in before I put this cooler in? I was trying to be smart. Most of the time. Most of the time I can be. But then every once in a while I have a moment to do stupid stuff. Such as this. I actually might have to cut a little bit of that fan away. Come on. Did you all fit? Finally. Got it. Okay. And so now we can mount the block. Hold on one second, I need... Still working. Still building. Yeah. Yes. Come on. What do you mean? But I'm building. I'm sorry. Want to say hi? Ah. You could say hello, everybody. That's the microphone. So we talk into it and say, hello. Yep. All right, kiddo. People are watching. I gotta finish this one. Won't be long. I think I bought myself maybe 5 minutes. Before I do this, I'm going to loosen this up slightly. See if I can get a little bit down on the board. That's better. Ruh-roh. Max is a cookie thief tonight. Adorable, thanks. Yeah, she's a cutie. That girl. Got me. Got me all... I guess, I don't know what's the right term. Got me wrapped around her finger, I guess. All right. Now I think I'm ready to put this on there. So we're mounting the cooler, or the water block, technically, over the CPU. If my neck's in the way, I'm sorry. I have to lean a little bit forward to see what I'm doing there. You can see how bad my neck is right now. Being Italian, my hair grows like crazy. It's at an uncontrollable rate. Part of my daily routine should be seeing the barber. Damn it. I'm not sure why this one's being so tricky. We went ahead and put Thermal Grizzly on here. The Thermal Grizzly is my favorite thermal pastes to use, as most of you probably already know. Some of the best. It's all good, Ben. We're used to looking at the back of your head. Oh, thanks. There you go. There's a little sneak peek of that. And then I need to do, what is it? What's next? Some front panel connections for the case. I think those are due. I think those will be next. But I do gotta get this plugged in. The pump needs to be plugged in here. And then the RGB for the block. Zip tie this one up a little bit. Try to clean these cables up. These cables you really can't hide very well. They're just going to be out there. I'm going to do a little bit of black on white cable. Black zip ties on white cables. Give it a little bit of a accent color. Try to keep them neat. And run them up towards the top of the case. Both the headers are up there for these. Well, the RGB connection is going to be daisy chained, but the pump header's up there at the top, next to the RAM. So, they both have to go that direction. Alright, one more for S's and G's. There we go. We got our nice little neat little nice kind of zip tie going. Now we just need to get these fed up there. Maybe. Come on, baby. Oh, that's unfortunate. Urgh. Aha! I got it. One of them. The other one, we just need to kind of sneak around the RAM at the top there, and then plugs into the header at the top of the board on the right side. I wish I would have probably tried to do this before I put the cooler in. Another one of these things. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Now I gotta play this awkward finger game. But this is the stuff you get for building in a smaller case. But it's okay. It'll be no different when it's done. It'll be beautiful. Alright. There we go. I believe we got a pump in. Throwing anything. Let's see this. Need to check it. Can't see. This one header. One header that is driving me nuts. Okay, it better work. Okay. Not too shabby. Took a little extra. Hey, John. Thanks for that like over on Facebook. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get some of these front panel connections done, and then we'll be able to move on to the GPU and the power supply, and then we'll be able to fire this bad boy up and see what it looks like when it's done. Right? Moving along, moving along. Couple little hiccups. Couple little. Little couple. Couple little. We got some cable management back here to deal with as well. So excited for that. Everybody loves cable management. We're going to run this back up here towards the top. I want to see if I can sneak that bad boy. Oh yeah, I can. We can get this one to fan header 1. We'll be golden there. We need to open this bad boy up. Run this up here. Sneak that in there. You'll see what I'm doing. Hold on. Ugh. This is our daisy chain for our fans in the case that we need to fan system fan header 1, which is up here at the top corner. We just snuck it kind of under the big 24 pin cable there. You can barely notice it. Sneaky, but I love it. There we go. Clean that back up. This little thingy. Get up there. There we go, times 2. And then we should have... I thought we had another header on this board, but apparently we don't for the addressable RGB. Only one is at the top, so this has to actually go up there. For synced. Yada yada again. Another cable that we will have to deal with. Plugs into that. Don't worry, we'll clean these up here in a little bit. That's power. Alright. Then we have this one, which is HD audio. That's going to go in this hole. Then we have this one, which is USB, and that's probably going to go in this hole. Then we have USB 3.0. I believe that's at the bottom of the board. And then our power buttons and all that goes in that hole. Just need to confirm the USB 3. It is indeed in the bottom. We'll go down there. Then we'll flip it around and finish plugging all these bad boys in. CFP1 is actually over to the left more. So we'll have to move those ones. Another hole. Oops. Thought it would be close to like all the other ones. this is our USB header that we're dealing with down here. And then our HD audio, front panel HD audio, right there. We just have to rotate. Or move. Power switch. Then we have our hard drive LED lights, so activity on our hard drives, and then our power LED, which tells us that the PC is powered on because it produces a little light saying, hey, I have powered on. Those need to be plugged in to indicate when the PC has power. Here we go. Ah! You got me. There we go. All of them plugged in. Now we're gonna probably move on to, I guess, the graphics card. Actually, I should have popped these out before I put the board in. This is our RTX 3060 that we're putting in here by MSI, so we're going to be able to run that MSI center using the AI cooling for the graphics card and the motherboard and the case fans. So everything's going to be cooled by MSI's AI. Just makes it easier. Then we've got a white power cable for the 8-pin PCIe connection for the graphics card. Put some cable combs on here. That way we keep these cables nice and clean. Clean looking. Smooth. Looking pretty good. Alright, so one of the last few things we gotta do is put this power supply in, do some cable management up in here. Not much though. Been kind of doing a little bit of all of it. Here we go. A little bit of all of it. All of it. Do that. Alright, so let's get this power supply in here. Hey, what's up? S Sour or S Soul RR. You have to forgive me, I have terrible eyes. And for some reason my chat window font is like super small right now. I just haven't dealt with it yet. I think I zoomed out on my browser. We're almost actually at the point of firing this bad boy up. If you stick around for a moment, you can see what it looks like when we're done. But of course, we have 5 bazillion twist ties to deal with first. So if you like twist ties, stay tuned. You're in for a treat. You like twist ties as much as I do. If you deal with these enough, you actually know little tips and tricks on how to get these undone quick. I guess if you build enough PCs. Alright, there's our power supply. We're going to just slide this bad boy into this hole. Like so. Line it up on the back. We have 4 screws here ready to go. Look at me thinking ahead. It's like I know what I'm doing sometimes. Only sometimes. Almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Ah! Yes, my Chloe. Yes. Chloe. Hi. You want to say hi? You want to say hi again? Oh! Well, hello there! That's muting the mic. Getting all back. What do you guys think of that cable management? Is that clean enough for... Well, wait a second. I see a spot. I gotta put you down for a second. Aha! I knew I missed one. Yes. Yes, my Chloe. You see now? I'll play with that. Okay. There we go. That's better. Cable management complete. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean up our space a little bit. And then I've got a surprise for anybody that's stuck around on the stream. You've been following me for a while. I've been talking about this for a while. You kind of should have an idea of what I'm talking about. Or thinking about. Or thinking of thinking about. Thinking about of thinking about. Thinking of thinking about. That cable management pristine enough? Clean enough? Let me know. Oh, I'm here first. Oh, you're here for that post, huh? Panel on the white cases. We gotta put the back panel back on. Or it's gonna look funny. Making sure all of my cable management stayed clean on the front side as well. And for, the most part, it's good. Not going to get much better than that. Alright, so we don't want to plug that one in. We want to make sure we plug this one in. particular cable I had to make sure I plugged in. Hopefully it works. I don't see why it wouldn't. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's switch the screens. Let's go! Are you sure you want to go? Everybody wants to see this fired up, right? Where's the red coming from? I have no idea where the red is reflecting from. I mean, I have my mic, but... Oh, you know what? It's my chair. It's actually reflecting the chair. All the way back here. Yeah, I thought that was all supposed to light up there. We definitely have something wrong with the RGB connection. It's a light show, except for these lights aren't actually on. We'll have to figure that one out in a second. All right. Look at this. Scotty, you know I've been talking about this for a long time, right? What is that you see? What do you see there? Is that a capture card capturing? XMP isn't. We got to do the BIOS update before we do the XMP. I actually have to shut this back down, so let me switch over to the top-down view again, because the RGB is not being recognized on the motherboard. 1 second. I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to pull this stick of RAM, figure out what the deal is with this RAM. Or with the RGB, what is it here? Oh yeah, it's done. This thing has been a pain in the ass. I might actually have to pull this fan out to make this work. Because I should have plugged it in before I put this cooler in. That's what I should have done. I just can't get my fingers in here. And it's 3 pins, and they're not like perfect. So getting this to plug in perfectly, the way I'm doing it, is damn near impossible unless I just got it. I think I just got it. Uh-huh. There we go. Now the RGB is working. Now it's a light show. Much, much better. That's awesome. Yeah, now we can literally watch. Do more stuff. We're on the capture card right now, so we should be able to see what's on the screen once it posts. After I just kicked around with it some more. And we just plugged in our Windows 10. Was this Windows 11 or 10? It says 11. But I was just going to row 10 on it. Wait, did we talked about it? So I got to find my... Well, we wanted 11 on it. Where is my 11 flash drive? Found it. No, stop booting to 10. Bad. Just gotta reboot. I broke it. We gotta restart this. Hold on. So now what I need to get on there is my face. Wait, I have that. Hold on. There it is. And I want the side view, which is this guy. And we could probably, I don't know, put them in the corner. One of these corners. Oh God. I didn't mean, no. Jesus. OBS. Alright. Okay, that's good enough. Alright, so here we are on our Windows 11 install. It's really a breeze. You can get this installation media from Microsoft's website. We're going to be doing Windows 11 Pro. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that. I'm not going to punch in the product key right now. I'm going to do it a little bit later here. Going to select custom install, select the drive that I'm putting it on. And that's just that I have it. You could have done it the other way too, but... And then it formats the drive and starts copying the files off the USB drive and onto the SSD, and then installs. Windows 11 is very quick to install. Same with 10, actually. This process actually started getting really easy around Windows 7. XP was kind of like that transition time of, hey, let's make it easier for people to install our software. And then from there, it just keeps getting easier. Stop fighting me, camera. But there we have it. We have a gaming PC built. So Alex, this is your build. Hey Ryan and Adam over on Facebook, thanks for the likes. And would you look at that, we're already getting things ready. Oh boy! So all we got to do is finish the setup and start doing the driver installs and all that. I'm probably going to do that off stream here because there's quite a bit there. Alex, not Alan. Sorry. If I said Alex and made it sound like Alan, that was my bad. Did I actually write? Maybe I did. I don't know. It could be me. Or it could be you, Scotty. Camera wants to catch these hands. Yeah, I know. Right? It's all good, man. But I just what do you think of the capture card, man? I finally did it. I finally set it up. I've been talking about it since like September of last year to do it, and I just haven't done it. But now I can do a lot more. So now I can go into the actual nitty-gritty stuff that people probably want to see outside of like building it. We can go into I'm with Alex. He says it looks sexy. Nice. It is very. We can here, Alex, if you want to get a better view at it. There's a good side view. My arm's included. Doesn't come with the PC though. My arm does not come with the PC. I am looking for the capture card. And then we're going to downsize this. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Oh shit. I did not mean to click that. Bad OBS. Go away. There we go. So this is the tricky part. Is there is a process that you have to do with Windows 11, because I don't set up with Microsoft's accounts. I just do a local account. So there is a process that you have to do to kind of say, hey, look, we don't want to set it up with a Microsoft account. Now, Alex, you could do that later, but for me to get in there and start doing all this setup, I don't want to put my Microsoft account or an Empower Microsoft account tied to this PC. I would like to make it so that it's just a local account. So there is a little bit of a process I have to do here. Once we get past this sit back and relax while the magic happens part. Microsoft calls this magic. It's not really magic though, but it's I think all it's doing is just probably doing updates. And probably setting up basic drivers. All right, and then this is where it's like, hey, you want to name your device? I'm going to keep it default. Skip that for now. You could also rename this later. And we're going to be doing this for personal use, but I believe the next step, where to go? I have to remember which keyboard I'm on. Hold on. Get that out of my way so I don't mess that up. Shift F10. Get the old command prompt up. So that was Shift F10 on the keyboard. We watched the whole build. It looks great. Awesome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And then we're going to do bypass NRO. And then we're going to do an IP and a fig / release. And that, oh gosh, that was not where it was supposed to be. Then I think we have to actually reboot the PC. I'm just going to restart it. And then we'll go back into the setup. Make sure our flash drive's out. There's mosquitoes over here too. And we've been attacked by mosquitoes now. All right, so let's try this one more time. This is bypass NRO. We're not typing. Oh, this is out of box experience that I forgot to put in there. So we need out of box experience slash, oh god, dang it, video card drivers might be installing. Slash bypass NRO. Thank you. Now it should be rebooting. Then we need to pretend like we don't have internet, which is the whole IP config slash release that tells the controller to release the IP address, but it doesn't renew, which means it doesn't go back to DHCP and say, hey, I need a new IP. It just stays disconnected. Then that tells Windows 11 or forces Windows 11 to set up in a with a local administrator account. And then I can get in there and set up all the drivers and do all that. And then we could actually put it back into the out-of-box experience, which is this process here, if we wanted to. Normally I don't. We should be able to do a local administrator account. Son of a blah blah blah. We're going to set up personal, and then here we go. So just setting up a local administrator account. And that's the bull at BS, excuse my French, that you have to go through just to do that. Kind of stupid. I wish Windows 11 would let you just set up a default local administrator account right out of the gate without having to do all those through the hoops things. They are really trying to force you to do a Microsoft account out of the gate no matter what. Eventually that's what they're going to be forcing, period. All right. And here we are, Windows 11. That easy. It doesn't take much to do that. But let's go ahead and we're going to create a new folder. This folder is going to be called Support. And then we're going to go get our motherboard drivers. Nope, didn't mean to do that. MSI B550M. This is the VC Pro. Wi-Fi. This guy. Well, that's cute. Might be because we're in the wrong time zone. Yeah, this is Eastern. Oh, you know what? I never I'm special. So we actually need to do ipconfig/renew. And then it's going to pull a new IP address. And then we'll have internet again. Because we had to trick it and I never restarted after that. So. Alright. So BIOS. This is our motherboard. This is the correct one. So first thing we need to do is download this BIOS. And then we're going to download, we don't need VGA drivers. We need audio, Ethernet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Probably don't need these, but I'll just grab them anyway. Utility, we're going to need the MSI Center. And we'll grab the MSI Gaming CPU Z tool, since we're here. Then we're going to grab our NVIDIA drivers from the NVIDIA website. So 30 series, and we have the 3060, and we're going to download. Now, NVIDIA has a throttle on me, and you might ask, what does that mean? Well, it means anytime I try to download from NVIDIA, of course this time it actually worked, from my IP address, because I download so many times, they throttle me. I've noticed that either the download cancels or pauses or stops, and I have to restart the download like 6 times before it actually goes through. And it's simply because I've downloaded the drivers from my IP so many times, I believe they're throttling me. Or doing something. Okay, so we've got our drivers. I'm going to grab the downloads folder now. And we're just going to extract these over here. Or move them. And that's into our support folder, which is located on the C drive. That's usually what I build out on every PC. And then if there's installation media, external installation media included, that will end up being on that flash drive as well. That's simply for restoring. So if you ever had to restore, then you could do so from the flash drive. But here we go. Then we just got to go through and install each of these. I did plug in my flash drive, so, and this is going to be for the BIOS update. MSI. We could delete all these. These were from another build. And we're going to copy this BIOS file over to the flash drive. And then we're going to extract it. I usually copy and then I don't know why, it's just something I do. You don't have to. You should be able to just extract it to the flash drive and then run it. Alright, so now that we have the BIOS on the flash drive, we're just going to go ahead and do the BIOS update. I'll show you what a BIOS update looks like, and hopefully we don't lose power like the other day. That kind of sucked. You guys won't know other than the stream goes offline. But internally, I'll be screaming. Crap. Did I miss it? I missed it. Shoot. Oh, it did. The worst part about that is that I have a battery backup under the bench, just not plugged in or set up. So it all could have been avoided. So the capture card actually captures the fact that I'm into the BIOS, but the screen, the actual screen, did not show me that I was in the BIOS yet. So screen's kind of slow. So we're going into the BIOS and then we're selecting the tool, the MSI update tool, which is going to send us to a tool that allows us to select the BIOS version that we're going to be selecting off the flash drive and the flash mode. Thank you, computer, for correcting me. So now we're in flash mode, and I'm going to go in here, go to my MSI folder on my flash drive, select the BIOS folder, and then the actual BIOS. The reason why we're doing this, look at the build date that's currently installed, which is 3/3/2023, and there is actually a newer version which is 4/27/23. So the actual current BIOS version that came with this board is impressively not that old, but we still want the latest BIOS on there. So 4/27/2023 or 4/27/2023. Geez. So here we go. We're going from the VH60 to the VH70. BIOS update underway. Can't see the progress bar there, but it is making progress. It's just behind the cameras there. And this is the fun waiting part. It actually shouldn't take long because the version isn't very old. So it should be pretty quick. Usually when you have a really old version, then it's got to update a whole bunch of extra stuff. Pickles of my pickle. Scotty, you snuck that one in there. Righto! Almost there. Anybody know where that quote's from? I didn't sneak anything in there. We should get like a what am I thinking of? I'm probably gonna just simply do a Facebook / I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Thinking out loud. I shouldn't do that. It's a terrible idea. Thinking out loud is dangerous. So I'm a super big Coke addict. Coca-Cola addict. I drink a lot of Coke. I hadn't had Coke in like 3 days. And I was actually starting to notice. Ooh. Finally today I had a Coke. Alright, so the BIOS update is completed. We're gonna probably get thrown back into the BIOS because we it's basically like the motherboard's booting for the first time. So, oh, it's not. Make me say fake things, apparently. But I wanted to go back into the BIOS and actually set the XMP profile, but we're back into Windows. Usually it forces you back into the BIOS right after a BIOS update, so I don't know what the deal is there. Click, 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 click. We're hitting the delete key to go to the BIOS. Click, 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 click. Alright, so simply we're just going to click AXMP profile 1, and that's going to set the BIOS. The other thing I want to do really quick while we're in here is go to the hardware monitor. I want to go to our system fan 1, change it to smart mode. It is DC controlled. These are not PWM fans, so we're going to leave that as is and save that and exit. And that's it. That's our BIOS. Our BIOS is updated. Our motherboard is happy. Now we just gotta go make Windows happy. But I do hope y'all enjoyed the stream. It's getting to be that time of night where we wind it down and look forward to the next build. Tomorrow's stream. We'll have another stream tomorrow, hopefully earlier than today. Today kind of got out of hand, and I was kind of trapped at Micro Center. Not really trapped, I just walked in there and we just start talking about all the stuff, which is kind of cool. MSI Center decided to actually pop up, and it wants me to download and install all this, but I don't want that. Definitely not that. Nah. Actually, sure, go ahead. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. We already installed that. Go for it. Have a great night, Ben. Very nice build. Thank you, Scotty. I appreciate you hanging out. We will be streaming tomorrow because we do have a build that's an express ship that was ordered technically Tuesday, but it was like Monday night. But if you order past a certain point, it goes to the next day. So Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. We've already got all the parts here. We got to build it tomorrow and we ship it. So it needs to go out. It goes out Friday. So that's going to be streamed, and it's actually one of Unuzi's mods, I believe. So really cool that we're going to be building that tomorrow live on stream. And then after that, we do have another build to do that we could do on Friday. And then shortly after that, we'll have another build. So you made it, Brett. What's up, man? Yeah, I was just I was dragging it on by doing the Windows install with the capture card and drivers and the BIOS update, setting the XMP, etc. So I drugged the stream on just for you. But we were just ending it. We're just talking about the stream coming tomorrow and Friday, and then also there's a really big build that's coming. Actually, the CPU and motherboard that I just bought from you, Brett, over at Micro Center. Appreciate it. So we have a pretty big build coming up here, and then a couple other cool ones on the way too. But Alex, I hope you enjoy your build as much as we did. But this is the build that I was talking about that we streamed. This is a Ryzen 7 5700X on a B550 M Pro series. It's the Wi-Fi board by MSI, and then the RTX 3060 by MSI as well. It's the Ventus 2X. It's got 16 gigs of DDR4, 3200 megahertz CL16 by Team Group, T-Force Delta, addressable RGB there. And we have a silicone power 1 terabyte M.2 SSD, just like you and I talked about, Brett, earlier in the store. Some really nice fancy sleeved cables here, white to go with the white theme. We have a cooler by Deepcool. This is the LS520 SE by Deepcool. I actually really liked it. This was the first time I was building with the SE edition. And I actually really liked it. The only difference is nothing's really daisy chained, which is okay. I mean, it is daisy chained, but it's not. It's not like the fancier, more expensive version of it. But the performance is there. I mean, the CPU is staying really nice and chill. So, and then this is a Montech Air 100, which I like. I like these cases. Like I was saying before, this is probably my number 2 micro ATX case that I would recommend. Can't beat the Lian Li 205 though. 205M. Those probably take the bread all the way. So it's a nice little fancy build. It's got some horsepower under the hood. Some upgrade room. That's the other thing is a Hey, Mysterious Midget, thanks for the follow, man. I really hope it's not that big of a mystery, though. Yeah, the 205M is super nice, yes. Then the power supply, 750 watt bronze, just like the one you and I talked about, actually, as well, in the store. So, the 750 watt bronze is, I like it. Gives this build some wiggle room so they can upgrade as well later down the road. Alex can upgrade his video card if he wanted to, and kind of expand on it without having to go and put another power supply in. So there we go. We've got the MSI background now too, so I took the liberty of not only installing the background, the wallpapers, but also changing it. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. Plus this is the Pro Series motherboard, so I'd rather see something like that as the background. Anyway, the drivers are installed. We do have to install the NVIDIA display drivers though. I don't know if the MSI Center was installed yet either. How do I get my icon? Whatever. I was probably supposed to reboot. Yeah, man, for sure. All right, NVIDIA drivers. I know Windows already tried to install something, but I don't think they installed the GeForce Experience because I don't see it here on the desktop. Usually that lands there. So it's probably just the driver. So we'll just run this, and then we'll set up the MSI Center. And what else did I forget? Oh yeah, the HW monitor. Hello? So we're just going to really quick install this one too. I like this tool, even though MSI Center has its own, but I prefer to use this bad boy. Especially when I'm testing. But I would like to see the FPS on here before we kill the stream, actually. I think that would be cool. But I'm curious about the temps right now because I hear these fans just cranking. Although we did not really do any type of fan tune or curves or anything like that. All that's been not been set yet. The NVIDIA drivers are installing right now. That's why we're getting a blank screen. The Frozr AI. I love it when you have both an MSI motherboard and an MSI graphics card because you can run the Frozr AI. I always install the graphics card fan tool as well as Mystic Light for the RGB header. And I usually run the user scenario here as well. Oh, HW monitor finally decided to launch. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the liberty of finally launching. So we are a little bit warmer than what I want it, but of course we are doing quite a bit right now. We don't need to launch the GeForce Experience right now, but that's installed, so that's good. We just gotta get these 3 items here. Our temperatures are coming back down. I'm just curious, maybe I left something a little loose. Double check. Oh, good. The pump's running too. I can hear that. You know what? Let's go into the Frozr AI and just run that. I don't know why I clicked that one. Damn it. When you first run the MSI Center, it's always like boggy. We already did set some of this in the BIOS, so it'll fall back if it needs to. I'm just going to run this real quick. This fan tune. And then I'm going to also go enable the Frozr AI. I mean, it's moving air. Like, a lot of it. HW monitor is perfect. It's one of my favorite tools to use when it comes to like temperature monitoring, especially when you're like benchmarking and stuff. I prefer it because it gives you a lot of different stats all on the same page, and it's very easy to just get to it and view it. And it also does a form of recording that I like to use. It's just simple and accurate. So I like it. Oh yeah, we need to enable it, and then we're going to go performance mode. And Mystic Light! We're gonna sync this bad boy up. Let's just make sure we're all good in the hood. Yo! All the lights work like they should. No problemos. Sweet. And then I usually disable this because people ask me, why is my light shut up? And so I get a lot of those questions and I just disable it. That's everything. We don't really need to do anything here. Unless you want to shut off the whole zero Frozzer thing. But I don't really do that. I usually leave it enabled. What else do we want to do? I know we got to get the benchmark set up. I've got more on my Steam account, the Empower Steam account. I think I have, what's that one? Time Spy. So I could run that. Super user-friendly too, yes. Very user-friendly. And we're also going to run Cinebench as well. Jeez. No, I don't have a Microsoft account. No, I'm not using my Microsoft account. No, I refuse. Thank you for not asking. All right. We'll start with the valley. Yeah. Cinebench's good. Just want to make sure we have nothing fancy going on here. We do. I'm going to do a quick reboot and then we'll start that benchmark. I didn't do any of the Windows updates yet either, so that could be going on in the background. Oh, would you look at that? Alright, let's crank this valley on. My screen's only 1080p that it's on, so we're going to probably stick in 1080p, but I'm going to send it to Ultra and turn the anti-aliasing on all the way. This is going to be a heavy workload for the graphics card anyway. Let's see what happens. Also, keep in mind this is a RTX 3060, so 110 plus is pretty good for this benchmark. For that scene, we're even getting up into 140. Smooth. A little bit of coil whine. Graphics card has a bit of a coil whine there. But it's all right. So really here, we're just kind of going to keep an eye on the temps while we run it. And the frames, make sure we're not hitting any type of crazy thermal throttling. Make sure after the card heats up that we don't get any weird lines in the screen. Usually that's a sign of a bad card. So I do like to heat these cards up as hot as I can get them. So I'll run the biggest workload I can on them and run it for a good, you know, probably 6 or 7 hours. A good, you know, just as much as a normal gaming session would be, because I want it to get hot. I'll run this Valley benchmark for quite a bit of time on this one, probably, because it seems to be putting a load on it nicely. So in that case, I'm going to leave it here and run. I know we still have updates to do in the background, so I'll probably take care of those later tonight or tomorrow morning. And Alex is planning to come pick this one up actually tomorrow. So we will have this thing ready to go as long as all the tests pass. I still have to run Cinebench, and I did want to run the Time Spy as well as the PC mark. Just to make sure everything else is checking out good. So this is the process that I do to every single PC. These things take up time, and the time on these PCs take up bench space. So normally I'll move it to the next one, but I'll have this one probably wrapped up before the morning. So we'll run it and see where it goes. But thank you everybody for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the content, the stream. If you're ever looking for a custom build or gaming PC in general, if you have questions about something, or if you need help with something, feel free to reach out. You can reach us at support@empowergamingpcs.com, or you can go to our website and contact us there from the contact page, or reach out to us on any of our social media platforms. Thanks, Brett. You also, sir. You have a good night. So I'm gonna leave it here. I'll leave it up for a little bit for anybody who is in and out of the stream to check back in and see how things were. But have a good night, everybody. See you tomorrow on the next stream.